Large. Look, he's clawing at it. Hello, so today we are on the Estonian-Latvian border. That is the border we're standing on. We're actually in Valga, or Valga if you're from Latvia. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yeah.
And we're just next to the stream that basically runs down into Latvia, or into Estonia, but also actually. But yeah, we are going to have a little explore of Valga. So we're just standing by one of the yellow signs frames in Estonia. We're not in Latvia right now. And it was just saying that this place is called Valga, so one town, two states. And effectively, apparently a English colonel comes along and has like a reception from both countries and decided in 1920 half of it's Estonia, half of it's Latvia, and that was it sorted. I tell you what was funny, we were driving along the road that borders with Estonia and Latvia, and there was loads of potholes, and I was going, oh, whose job is it to fix these? I think it was Estonia's. It's also said that Valga is the centre of the Livonian, it's the centre of Livonia. And if you played like Europa Universalis, like some of my friends have, I go on about the Livonians all the time. So this is apparently the centre of Livonia. Oh my life, it's slippery. So we've been round Akla in Latvia. I filmed a bit around Akla.
Is that what it's called?
No, it's not called that, is it? Valga.
Valga.
So I filmed around Akla. No, say it again. So I filmed around Vakla and Valga. Valga.
Valga is the
Valga.
maggots.
So I filmed around Valga and Vagla. No, Vagla.
Valga and Valga.
I filmed around Valga and Valga, and they're both pretty similar. Valga, the Estonian side, is more populated. Valga is less populated. They both win in terms of who has the most potholes. It's ridiculous at this time of year. Potholes everywhere. The roads are like, well, I don't know if you could call them roads, to be honest.
No.
The snow is thawing, so it's like puddles everywhere. There's a massive puddle in this car park that I'm currently in. The main difference is Latvia has green signs instead of, like, I'll show you a green sign instead of brown and white. So that's a bit of a theme. Also, we noticed that we heard many different languages. It wasn't just Estonian that we heard, but obviously Latvian. And we think we heard Russian and Ukrainian as well. There was also a really sweet lady who said dasa dasa, like don't slip, it's very slippery the road. And she was very sweet and she told us to go slowly. But we also heard that apparently beer is cheaper in Latvia, but I think it wasn't in Valga because you have supermarkets in Valga, the Estonian part, and they were selling beer at the same price as the Valga one. So I think in that case there must be some sort of agreement so that beer isn't overpriced in one place compared to the other. Yeah, but then basically we headed off to the second largest lake in Estonia. So driving in Estonia is much nicer than driving in Wales in general, or at least it's a little bit easier. Most of the roads are dead straight like this, so like you'll always have chances to overtake if you're stuck behind a tractor or a lorry. Whereas in Wales, on my drive to work, I have one place where I could overtake in my Nissan Micra K11, you know, 1 litre engine. I had one place, and that was Plum, that I felt safe to overtake anyway. There were very few other places I could overtake on the way to work. It's just much more pleasant, but at the same time boring because you're just going in straight lines all the time. So we are just next to the largest lake that's officially all in Estonia, if that makes sense. Lake Peipsi. Some of it's in Russia and some of it's in Estonia, but this lake is then the largest lake that is properly in Estonia. It's like the second largest lake in general though. It was a hell of a drive coming here. Very icy.
Oh my god. That's an ice road here.
And when are we getting back onto the...
This was the species of fish that we caught when we went ice fishing. Feel free to check that video out.
What a lovely display. Every lake placed and pictured in Estonia. This puts my little symbols I do at the end of the videos to shame. My little map.
We had a great time at the Lake Museum. There's plenty of fish to see, and they have a second floor with a playroom for kids, so if you do take your kids there, they'll keep them occupied. Lots of educational tools there as well. But yeah, then basically we decided to drive up to the north end of the lake so we could watch the sunset as it set in the southwest. And we had some really spectacular views. We'd always like to take this time to thank you to all our subscribers so far. We are slowly growing and we do really appreciate every subscription that we get. If you do enjoy this content, please leave a like, and if you want to leave a comment, feel free to do so.